Alright, chat room. This is why I hate doing this streaming shit, is because I can never get the fucking audio levels balanced. So I have no idea how balanced the call is in relation to my voice. I'm trying to watch the volume meters, but I don't know. We'll see.
Oh yeah, I found out I only have I had to my skills. I have a question. I have one more point left. So I have no idea.
I don't know, man. You pick what you want.
I'm bounced between either knowledge nature or
Yeah, I'm.
It seriously doesn't even sound like we're being played through XSplit. It sounds like it's your mic picking up what's going through your headphones.
Yeah, well, everyone's telling me that XSplit should be picking up Skype, and it's not. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I guess I can set up virtual audio. Just testing the sound here. Just testing the sound here. Just testing the sound here. Yeah, I just learned that we're probably not playing tomorrow. I forgot the J-Dub's in Canada. I know Squeaks is here, so I'm giving him a call. I kind of blew him off earlier, so I feel a little bad about that. But yeah, I'll see if Squeaks is here. Roses is out for dinner. She might be here later. I'll see if I can call Sean in. You can't hear anything because nobody's talking, Benzai. I'm just trying to call people in. You're looking at OpenRPG, which is probably really small and not at all clear. So I'll see if I can fix it later. I was just testing the sound in the video. Okay, so Squeaks isn't picking up. I don't think Sean is either. I think Sean's probably off getting something to eat or going to the bathroom or something. He just finished streaming.
what's it called? I was on Do Not Disturb, and I kind of didn't hear it.
Ow, sorry. So I don't know if the stream can hear you at all. I've never tried this before. Did you trade it in Oshir's Wrath for WW12?
Dude, I beat it twice.
No, I know. I'm just saying, WW12 probably isn't worth it.
Well, I figured, I wanted some type of wrestling game to play.
Yeah.
And it was either that or AAA Lucha Libre. I've already played that game.
No, yeah, you made the right choice. That Heroes Del Ring thing sucks.
Oh no, a friend of mine met us at this buffet earlier, and he was trying to tell me how awesome it was, and I about slapped him.
I was at E3. I can't remember if it was E3 or PAX, but yeah, I saw it there. It was E3, yeah. So that they demoed the game and it sucked, and they gave us lucha masks though. That's kind of cool. Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay, so situation, because I'm chronically uninformed, is that Juwario is definitely not going to be here tomorrow. So I don't think we're going to game. I know. It's been. I put it off for about a month now. I feel terrible, but.
Well, honestly, if people are missing throughout the campaign, I'm pretty sure you said you were setting up for that anyways, just in case.
Yeah, we could play, but I.
For the first one, I think everybody would want to be there on the first.
Yeah, and besides that, I was pretty late. I got a late break on informing people this was happening, so it's really just like I think the only people who were really in were Squeaks and Roses. But I finally found this fucking book I was looking for that will give you your traits, because traits are a different thing than feats, and so they're very campaign specific. So I'm not sure what the deal with this book was, if it's out of print or what, because it wasn't available on Amazon, but I finally found it. And I downloaded it, and it's not because I wanted to pirate it. If I could find it, I would buy it. It might just be an online-only product. I'll check Paizo and buy it there. But yeah, I got this campaign guide. This is taking place in the actual Pathfinder campaign setting, so there's specific traits that take place there. So give you a few minutes, and I think Jackson will want to call in, and I can give you guys your traits at least, and then we can say we did something this week. I don't know who's. I don't think anyone's a bard. I think Skitch wanted a bard, but he settled on gunslinger.
Yeah, what? I'm joking.
He called it first.
Yeah, because when we were talking, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to play as. I was like, well, gunslinger sounds really cool, and a few seconds later, yeah, Skitch had already picked that.
You could be a different kind of gunslinger now that I think about it. Spoony, turn up Skype. It's too quiet.
Just that right volume slider on XSplit.
It's all the way up.
Really?
Yeah. I could turn the speakers up in Skype. I don't know if that would do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
More people were beginners. More people will be going towards like a barbarian, easy, simple class. What the fuck did I choose? Magus?
Oh, Magus. Yeah. But yeah, if you really wanted a gunslinger, there's different kinds. Like I know Skitch is playing like a pistol. I think it's a specific kit is pistolero. So there's actually dudes who carry basically a shotgun, a blunderbuss, and I believe there's actually rifles. So you could be a completely different type of guy. And you'd have this rivalry, like, I'm the gunslinger, no, I'm the gunslinger.
Well, Magus seems like it'll be fun.
Alchemist is really, really fun. I actually miss playing my Alchemist because I only got one session out of him, but he was cool.
Oh yeah, shout out to know about the Ace of the Nation. And like I said, I hope that doesn't happen. I think I botched. I think I failed about 75% of my rules.
Hmm. I don't even remember it. So.
I don't remember the. Basically, all I remember is when I fucked up my roll move, it was spectacular. I messed it up at the worst possible time. I think everyone in your chat hated my character, or hated me. I'm not sure. They hated someone by the end of the game. Oh. They think.
No.
They think you're hearing. They think.
I'm wearing headphones, so that's probably not possible.
Did you change the audio device for listening?
Okay, I'll go. Wait. Yeah, I can see when I talk, the meter goes really high, and when you talk, it's very, very low. And this was the problem. I had this problem. What were you saying?
I was saying, did you happen to maybe change your playback device after, like, did you change from speakers to headphones after you opened XSplit?
Let me. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Not hearing Skitch.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you are there. Okay.
Yeah, my phantom power for my microphone wasn't turned on.
I was worried because it's usually me. Hang on.
No, it's no problem. I'm glad the map tool's working out for you, though.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do map tools before. I got the names mixed up because I remember liking map tools a lot more.
Yeah. And let me see here. But yeah, I'm glad you like how the macros look that I have here. This was something that a friend of mine, Maine, came up with once, and then I kind of ganked it and modified the way the macros display, and it's just a simple Java table.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Range attack.
Where's the call? Oh, it's there.
Yeah, add to call.
Call. Where?
DMD. Okay.
Here it is. I'm sorry.
And one of the things they just added with Hero Labs, they just released the official Mac release of it, so I can have it on both my Windows and Mac machine at the same time. And by putting the party profile that I had set up, portfolio I had set up in Dropbox, I can access it on both computers very easily.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, now.
Ingenuity. Hello.
Hey.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, now what I'm testing here is in the stream, the call, if the stream can hear the call, and B, how well, and how the video itself looks. I tried streaming a couple different regions of map tools, and I'm not sure if it's legible. In fact, I'm looking at it, and it doesn't look like it is.
Let me just pop over to you, take a look real quick. Come on. Okay.
In fact, I don't even know if the stream can hear me.
It should be able to hear me. Well, he posted a link. Let me just see here. Full screen. Yeah, the resolution is a little rough. What did you set the resolution in the? What did you set the resolution in XSplit at?
As I recall, there's like a list, and I made several selections on the list, but I don't know. Not
like
really sure
here I'll set up on mine at the same time so you can kind of see what I'm doing, because I'm setting mine as the resolution on mine is like 1280 by 720, and then just I have my window kind of roughly set up to that size.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go,
let me shut it down for a minute.
Sure.
It says, chat room says.
Chat room is still loading for me, so.
Yeah, I can't even.
It's laggy as shit. It's.
Yeah, the problem is that the Flash chat client on Twitch TV is borderline worthless, decently legible. When you pop it out to full screen,
Okay, I'm streaming again, and I don't think it did anything. Hang on.
Sure. Well, I'll switch over back over
if
to
you
yours.
full screen it, you can read it.
Yeah, and that might be that's different, because before, let me see real quick. When I full screen it, yeah, that's immensely better. Yeah, I can read the text and it looks pretty clean. So I think that is that's going to be a good way to go.
Yeah, if you can't read anything on the stream, guys, you're probably going to have to full screen it.
Yeah, it's going to be that way regardless. But at least it's clear. And Gustav can move around, impersonate him, and I can do pistol attack. Bam. That's right.
I could have put a bunch of the other windows up like initiative, but I started to notice the screen looked cluttered right away, so I figured I'd leave the dice. And actually, one thing I can still play with is.
But there you go. And again, I'm happy that, again, you like the way that the macros look.
Oreo, quiet down. Hang on, I'm going to be tinkering with the screen, so shit's going to disappear in here. No,
Convenient.
not that.
Let me just see here. So let's see. I got weapons, armor.
I liked it better before. Yeah, I fucked it up. I don't want to do that. Best if we have 4 things. Ah.
That would help if I actually turned on the microphone.
Oh, there you are.
I'm talking like, why isn't anyone? Oh, that would explain it.
Shut the fuck up, cold guy. You're like a child who wanders in at the end of a movie.
Let's see here.
Okay, well, I've got this big empty screen region here. I'll figure out something to do with it. I don't know what yet.
Chat's not saying much. Can they hear us? They said they could hear you. Can they hear us piping through as well?
Yeah, I don't know. They said they could hear all.
I don't know if they...
Oh,
yeah, they can hear us.
They can hear all of us, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Again, like, it's... Yes, we can hear all.
I guess I could put the Twitch TV chat somehow in the stream, although I'm using 2 monitors right now.
That can be a little crazy, too. And they can also clutter things up, depending. Let me see here. I got... on my portfolio for the entire party, I got Erwin, I got Rare, I got Jinx, Magnus, and Gustav. I don't have Kaylin's character yet. I don't know exactly what she's playing, but she has an idea.
She said she was almost done earlier.
Yeah, she said she's going to be the glue that holds us together.
That says Paladin to me. But
that was one of her ideas. Was Paladin. I'm like, the only concern I have is Paladins have to be lawful good. And with a party that has chaotic neutral characters, that could be potentially headbutty depending on how hardcore people are about their alignments. The other option I suggested was Cavalier. So.
Actually, who is sticking with chaotic neutrals? Because a lot of the group has changed.
I think Jinx and maybe Magnus were the 2 chaotic neutrals that are left. I think
I am chaotic good. I know that.
Yeah, before it was like 5 out of 6.
Yeah,
and the last one was like true neutral.
I believe. I believe actually. Let me double check Erwin's. The others. Yeah. So the other 3 characters thus far are chaotic good.
Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. It was the 4 or 5 chaotic neutrals. I was like, oh my god.
you have to
be Reavers.
Yeah, the reason for that sort of concern is just because, well, some people take chaotic neutral to mean I'm just going to do whatever I want, and no one's going to do anything.
Well, for me, it's more of a reason of they have almost no reason except money to get involved in anything, and so I say like, this guy's gonna, he's building an army, he's gonna conquer the world. The chaotic neutrals are like, hey, cool, where do we sign up?
Yeah, I mean, again, the way I justify Gustav being chaotic good is he ultimately wants to do good things. He just doesn't hold much regard for the law in certain ways. Mainly with how heavily slighted he was that one time.
Hey, Oreo.
Shoot. I gotta figure out what armor we were gonna give your little ranger here. I believe we were gonna give him I believe hide armor was gonna be kind of a good thing for him if he's gonna be up close and in melee, that is. For your trapper. You just want to make sure that you are not wearing that armor when you're trying to disarm traps. Cold guy?
Yes.
Just saying, I'm thinking about giving your guy hide armor.
Okay.
Just because it's more defensive. Normally it slows you down, but you're a dwarf, so you don't care. From the standpoint of doing trap works, it will inhibit you to a degree, but that's one of those things where if you wanted to not be inhibited, you'd either wear just flat leather armor, which isn't as defensive, or you would just get out of the hide armor when you aren't in regular combat so you can deal with locks and stuff. The nice thing about your ability scores is that you're able to carry a lot more gear than my character can. My character's strength is 10. If he carries more than 33 pounds worth of gear, he is encumbered to a point where his armor takes penalty in his armor class and such.
Well, I do have a method to my madness with the character.
I
think one of the defining traits ought to be the drunkard of the group.
Well, I think being a drunkard in the middle of the desert is not the best course of action. That is just what?
Who says that?
Well, given that alcoholism leads to dehydration, high heat leads to dehydration.
Would you quit it? Oreo's crawling around.
So, like, yeah, that's so. You got those things to be concerned about. But again, just saying. I'm not saying that you can't drink at all. I'm just saying excessive alcoholism, probably not in your best interest.
Well.
My character has a horse, Mr. Greengar.
So what's Cold Guy playing?
Cold Guy's playing a Trapper Ranger.
Oh, right, okay.
Mm-hmm. Andrew will have a Trojan alchemist, so he will be the primary healer in the party.
Oh, he's playing that kind of alchemist. That's unusual, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wanted to kind of go that route, so I've realized, oh, wait a minute, there's a kit completely built around this. Very cool. That will make things easier, especially since he can make infusions that other people can use.
Is it any infusions, or is it just the healing ones?
The healing one. Any curative infusions he can make, and then give them to someone else, and then they can use it. Which is just.
Now, how is that different from just getting brew potion for a?
The difference is that some of the infusions are actually just flat out spells, and I think the way it might work is that they can actually. There's some spells that can only work on self, and so you can't necessarily make a potion out of that in some cases, or. I think there's the other reason I think is because the infusions don't cost components in some cases to make.
Well, yeah, and the other thing is they might only last a day. Like
yeah. There's
like
I think there's
brews them.
Right. And there's a couple of other things in terms of the speed at which he can make them. Like infusions, he can make an infusion at any time. He just needs 1 minute to prepare it.
Right.
Whereas with potions, he needs a longer time to prepare them. The way it looks like, I think mutagens take 10 minutes to prepare, an infusion takes 1 minute to prepare, bombs can be prepared as part of a standard action, and then potions just take whatever the crafting time is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. It's actually, I find the alchemist is one of the most fascinating classes because you can go absolutely any way with it, from pure artillery to actually frontline melee fighter to assassin.
Absolutely. Yeah, the other thing about it I find fascinating is that it's similar to a wizard because, well, one thing I find interesting is, one, they can copy spells from any arcane spell book into their own formulas. So, like, you could take Sean's character's mage's spell book and copy them all into his formula books, but it can't work the other way around. So it's one of the things I find kind of interesting in terms of having access to formulas. But the other thing is that they don't need to commit to their formulas at the beginning of the day. They can just, at some point later in the day, say, oh, wait, we're going to go into a place where we might need to detect traps. Okay, I'm going to make a detect trap formula right now.
Yeah, that's actually why I went more like a utility mage. Like all the, I actually have, where's my, I was actually scanning my alchemist character, and almost all my shit was like utility. I mean, I had a cure and I had like a other stuff, obviously, but it was all like I had Crafter's Fortune, which is essentially just boost crafting skill and like detect secret doors, and that was like before.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, the other thing was that he was trying to cover some of the diplomacy deficiency in the group, but if
comprehend language juice.
Well, also he's a half elf, so he can get skill focused diplomacy, and with ease of faith as a trait, he could have it as a class skill and have what is diplomacy? His diplomacy could be a +9 with only a 12 charisma, because it's a half elf. He could make it happen. But if Kalen covers that with a charisma character, then he'll be just better at alchemy. It's also fun because there's a way that his character and Gustav can have a sort of related background, and the fact they both do alchemy is also kind of fun too.
The way I went with mine, I think I actually choose one of the worst alchemist kits. I chose Psychonaut.
I remember reading about that one.
Which actually does not give you any, well, not any, but not very many good benefits. Like the bonus spells you get are very good later on, but it is much later on. Like you get Augury, which is actually very cool. That's a powerful spell to get.
Yes.
To casually cast is, you drink some juice and you're like, I know this way, and you sort of like.
Yeah, exactly. I remember talking about this before with someone. I was looking at some of the kits, and I think the one that has the most like badass capstone level 20 feature has got to be the monk.
Oh, the monk, the Valiant, the Final Sacrifice or whatever it is.
Yeah. The monk, the healing hand, because you have Final Sacrifice. True Sacrifice. That's what it's. True Sacrifice, where you die, your allies are all restored to life, and your name gets erased from history.
What's funny about that is if I almost want somebody to do that just because at level 20 it's gonna be fucking hilarious. Because that's gonna be that character's entire reason for existing. He will be literally jumping on hand grenades.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like it's so funny because like the only thing that would happen is that people would remember people in your party would remember about you. They remember they had a monk in their party.
The party remembers.
They remember you, but they don't remember your name.
Okay, because I thought nobody remembered.
No. The whole thing is that your name can never be spoken or written down ever again, and any previous writings of your name are removed.
I thought you were completely wiped from everyone's history. Okay.
Yeah, you're like you can either interpret it as you are no longer, nobody remember that you existed, or we can interpret it as your name is never spoken, but people who were around you and might have worked with you very recently could probably remember about you. Oh, we had this monk.
Yeah, what I would do is I would say that they remembered something, but they can't hold on to it. It's just a very sad but proud memory. Yeah, they're like there used to be somebody, and like it's like there's like a hole in their life. You know what I mean? Where they're I remember something, but I can't. It's actually very touching.
I agree. Just because like it's just that sort of it is like if you were to do that at the last possible encounter, that would be just a way to capstone that character's career. If you had to do it at a point much earlier, it's like a waste. It's
well, you know what that is? It is probably the one and only way I've ever seen around the Apocalypse Stone, if you've ever read that module.
Mm-hmm.
The Apocalypse Stone is essentially the DM's reset button for a campaign. It was ostensibly the basically how they were going to end 2nd edition AD&D to go to the 3rd by basically eradicating every single campaign to get to the 3rd edition. And so the Apocalypse Stone is a campaign that they literally cannot win. And it's they cannot win because even if they defeat every single thing that is in the encounter, which is in itself impossible, At the end of it, the very nexus of the universe and the multiverse is split, and like everything just ceases to exist. There's literally no way around it, and there is no way. It was funny. My Crazy Mike was running a D&D campaign that got radically out of control. Like his party was just incredibly powerful, to the point where they nothing could stand in their way, and so the Apocalypse Stone actually took them out before they got to the end, which was actually quite something. Although they got much further than I thought they would. They got to the Tarrasque, which is right near the end. You know what the Tarrasque is?
Not offhand.
The Tarrasque is essentially the D&D version of Godzilla. It is, I can't remember everything you have to do to beat it, but I believe it has regeneration of 10 hit points around. It can only be hit by such and such weapons. And the only way to kill it is to reduce it to minus 50 hit points and then wish it dead. Wish with a capital W.
Nice. I remember there's one. Let me just see here. There's a.
But before that, you actually have to do battle with Mephistopheles. The literal Mephistopheles from hell. They have stats for him, and somehow they beat him. I don't know how the fuck they did that.
Oh, you have to get it to 0 health, and then
song in the universe.
Yeah. The one thing I was gonna say in terms of just insanity is there's I'm trying to. It's I think the Oracle. One of the Oracle's secrets when you get to level the final revelation for one of the secrets regarding lore. I think it's either lore or otherwise. It basically allows you to once per day cast Wish as a spell-like ability, but you cannot. Some of the permanency stuff you can't do at all. The kicker is you cast as a spell-like ability with no material component. Mm-hmm. It's wait a minute. That seems a little overpowered, anyways.
Well, it's 20th level.
Exactly. It's just
at that point, you're kind of casually doing fat fights with gods, so whatever. I'm flipping through some of the Pathfinder books I've got. I haven't ever read these Gnomes of Galarian, which is very, very electric pink on every page.
Yeah. The one thing I thought was just funny as hell with Sarah was when I found that there was a pyromaniac alternative racial trait for gnomes.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, well, that's just funny.
Oh, I'm seeing some cool gnome weapons here. We've got the flick mace.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read that. What is that flick mace? I actually don't. It's listed, but it's not described. Okay, hang on. Never mind that one. Battle ladder.
Yes, battle ladder.
Gnomes use these narrow, reinforced 4-foot ladders as weapons. You fight with a battle ladder like you would with a regular quarterstaff, except that you also use the spaces in the ladder to entangle limbs, giving the ladder a trip weapon feature. You hit people with a ladder.
When you read it like that, it sounds kind of lame. I'm sorry.
I can only imagine
it does 1d6 damage, and it's a double weapon.
I can only imagine those dumb WWE gimmicks where everyone runs together with the ladders in front of them and just go back and forth with them.
This one's a good one. Flail pole. Stupid name, but it's a heavy flail mounted on the end of a long polearm. It has reach and trip. It does 1d8 damage to medium-sized creatures. Piston Maul, which sounds like a Punch-Out character.
Mm-hmm.
An alchemically fired piston in the head of this two-handed hammer strikes targets with astounding... It's a gun hammer.
Yeah. Speaking about guns, I thought one idea I mentioned, which was funny as hell, is the holy gun archetype for paladins.
Okay, and there's more here. There's more. Sunder attacks with the piston maul deal an additional +4 points of damage. A piston maul requires a thunderstone to function. Otherwise, you treat it as a great club. Inserting a thunderstone into the weapons compartment is a standard action and powers the weapon for 24 hours. A gun hammer.
Still better than a gunblade.
I was going to say, sounds very FF8.
The Ripsaw Glaive. The blade of this glaive is serrated and mounted on an axle. A heavy cord is wrapped around the axle. When pulled, the blade spins rapidly for a number of rounds equal to your strength bonus. A chainsaw pole arm? Okay.
I did see a chainsaw on stick be used.
Shrill shaft javelin. The single-use javelin bears a thunderstone in its haft just behind the weapon's head. An exploding spear. Your character should have these, Sarah.
All of these weapons sound incredibly lame.
Exploding spear? No, it's awesome.
I want the ladder. I want to use the ladder. That'd be awesome.
Well, it does have utility. I mean, you can climb it.
Well, when you put it like that.
Yeah.
Although the downside of the javelin is each one costs 35 gold pieces.
I think I already have a weapon for Jinx, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, more than likely.
I don't remember what it is now, but I know I have one.
I don't really
Who
see
else?
the advantage of putting a thunderstone on the end of a spear. I mean, I guess you can throw it a little further, but that's not great.
Who else is chaotic neutral in the party?
Are we still... Never mind, I don't know.
Yeah, Sketch just left. I feel so bad because I do more board games than anything, so it'd be nice to get back to the role playing. Like this evening, I actually played the first game of Dune.
Oh, guys, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You played the Dune RPG?
No, Dune, the board game from the 70s.
Oh, well, that's the French... I have the French version of that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually not very good, especially if you're using the... Don't use the expansion rules. They fuck it up.
Yeah, the guy knew what he's doing. He actually owned the original game, but then build it out so that the pieces were sturdier and like you could see shit on the map.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, don't do it with the dueling rules where you have like a knife fight. It's stupid.
Oh yeah, he's like, yeah, this game is long. This is going to double it, so fuck that.
Well, no, what it does is it whoever loses the duel is done from the game. Ooh. You know, you might as well just quit because the winner of the duel just wins the game because you almost always will commit your best guy to the duel, and from there it just kind of comes down to who draws what cards, and it's just not very interesting and it's dumb.
Yep. So it was interesting. They said the game was short. It only took an hour and 45 minutes for 4 turns.
Which one?
And I would have won the game if basically I was in an alliance with not the Emperor, what's the green faction? I was basically collecting on all the transporting. He was...
Spacing Guild.
Yeah, I was the guild and he was... I cannot remember it now. Shit. And we were in an alliance. We basically conquered everything. And I would have won the game in hand, but it was uncovered that the leader I'd used was a traitor. Mm-hmm. And then the sandworm came up. It's like, screw this. I break the alliance with you and I win. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, that's the main thing I don't like about the core game is the alliance system. It's kind of silly sometimes because, you know, if there's 4 players, 3 of them can declare an alliance and just...
Actually, no, it's only two-man alliances for 4-player games.
Oh, they limit it, but still.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there is a limit because, as I recall, there was or at least there didn't used to be. Because one time we just started the game and didn't feel like playing, and then we just agreed we were all in alliance and we won. They're like, you know what? I don't want to get into this for 2 hours. Let's just all be friends.
Yeah, exactly. That was the MO. Also, what else did I play there? I also played Pantheon. And somebody dragged out one of the most idiotic games imaginable, which was The Resistance, which is basically meta the game. I think you're a liar. No, I'm not a liar. You're a liar. Do that for another 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to make another map visible. If you go to the top right, there's a thing that says Select Map. You can actually change maps. This is not going to be used in the campaign. This is just something that was...
Okay.
I can sneak it around.
I only have grasslands on mine right now.
Go to right should be Denolarian enclave should be visible to you.
There it goes.
Yep,
I
it is
see the change now.
Yeah, it is player visible, so it should work without a problem there.
All right.
Okay.
It's a pimp map. I like it. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys about what are they, talents? What are the
Traits?
traits? I can never remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Traits is so nondescript.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick 2. If you don't know where they are, I think they're in the Advanced Player's Guide.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also choose from the Kingmaker's campaign setting.
Yeah.
They may be on the SRD site online. I don't know if the Kingmaker ones are.
I was able to help pick out ones with everyone else. Like I know Rarik's got what he has. His traits were Fortified Drinker and Armor Expert.
Yes, the drinker.
And also, just so you know, yes, we are going to be running through some of Kingmaker, but owning the books and reading them, I wouldn't accuse you of doing so, but it really wouldn't help you all that much.
All right.
Just because I almost
like
always
that.
change stuff playing through it. Normally, I really only pillage modules for the maps.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So
the setup will be the same. Go on, I'm sorry,
It's all right.
You guys are making me feel like a noob.
Don't worry about it. You guys will be
It's
fine.
okay.
You'll be fine.
I've been trying to convince people to do a Burning Wheel campaign, no one's biting. So.
Oh, good luck. Yeah, nobody has Burning Wheel. And I like the game.
Yeah, here's the thing. The author did it best. It's like, okay, you want to play? I'll give you the first 70 pages. That's all you need to know how to start a game. You just need to have one guy to run the campaign that knows what he's doing, and then everyone reads this little free PDF that I'll put out.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've been reading over the Burning Wheel stuff. It's just, I don't know. I don't enjoy reading over the Burning Wheel stuff. That's the best way to say it.
It is a little dry, mostly because it's not kind of attached to anything familiar, but the character generation system is actually very cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's the key feature of the game. But it is.
And I also like the fact that, unlike a lot of other tabletop games, if you go into an argument of wits, you roll a shit ton of dice like you would in combat.
Sure. I mean, though, like I was mentioning when I'm playing Ironclaw on Tuesday, that's the exact same thing because everything's just done with skill checks. Everything's done with just you gather a bunch of dice and throw them down. And so there's a lot of different lateral things you can do with the stuff there. I'm going to answer someone's question in the chat. I don't know which deity Gustav would worship or follow.
We are using the Galarian campaign setting, so if you have any of the campaign setting books, and I believe in the cleric chapter they have a list of the commonly worshipped gods.
Sure.
Actually, I have a link to like a list of them. Give me a second, I'll find it real quick.
Yeah.
And I did that mainly just so not to whip too much weirdness at you. You know, with the new setting, the new system. I mean, that's probably quite a lot of new stuff to absorb. I don't want to throw a homebrew campaign at you too.
I was also kind of tough for me to think of kind of the deity that he would that Gustav would worship after being raised in the upper crust of society for the most part, and then being in prison for X number of years.
Well,
Torture.
I could see just there should be a pretty neutral god of travelers, or there's like I remember Farlangen used to be the god of just wanderers and travelers. It was just kind of a don't tread on me chaotic good type god.
Let's see here. Core deities of the Chronicles campaign. There's the Inner Sea region. Otherwise, let's see here. Other gods. Yeah, you can get pretty.
It's like, are we talking RPGs? It's so boring.
So boring. You're making me bored. Let's see. Chaotic good deities. Let's see here.
If you want boring, Friday night board game. Oh dear God. Two guys met each other that were into train games.
I love train games, dude. Don't be bashing the train games.
There's nothing wrong with the train games, but they were of a level beyond comprehension of a normal human being And we were just like looking at them like a dog would stare outside of a window, just amused by anything that goes on.
Age of Steam is probably one of my favorite games.
Yeah. Both of them were into the 18xx games.
Oh, I play those, yeah.
Yeah.
Although those are...
I haven't played enough of them in order to like really dive into it, but I haven't found a good...
Those take 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
On average.
It's like somebody who's like, you want to play Eclipse? I go, it's 8 o'clock. And they're like, why? There's 6 people here. It's going to take 6 hours.
Yeah, Oreo's sleepy.
Not all of them. All my characters end up in trouble with the law.
I think what else? Yeah, I've been teaching way too much innovation as of late. That was the game I ran at PAX.
It's kind of funny that I really do like Age of Steam, but it's and this is not bragging because I lose almost every other game, but I almost never lose at Age of Steam. There's just something about it I just get.
It's like me and Small have the opposite. Like I always lose that game, and I don't know why. At times, it's like we keep track of it, and it's like at the last turn, somebody will do this miraculous move to get me like from first to fourth.
Okay,
like,
I'll tell you what it is, and it may not be the answer, but if you're playing Age of Steam, don't bid too much. Like you know how you bid on rolls, like on jobs. I've seen people just get into wars, like, you know, bidding like $10, $12 on being able to lay down that second track or build track first or something like that. It's not worth it, even if they like say like I have to have this cube, I have to do this. You don't have to do anything in this game. You know, you don't. If you're bidding more than like 3, you're paying too much. So I actually have a very kind of, I won't say a lazy strategy, but it's just kind of like sit back and take what's there. And you got to be flexible in this. If you've locked yourself into like, I must reach this one city, I must do this one thing, people do that every turn. They just end up paying too much. It's better not to pay that much during auction and have that much more money to buy track and shit with. Then you'll almost never see. In fact, I almost never pay anything. Like 1 or 2 maybe for a thing, but yeah, if I get anything, it's usually like that one that gives you bidding advantage the next round or something like that. But
I want to interject something here really quick. I was looking over the different deities by alignment, and Roses, you'll find this hilarious. There's only one gnomish racial deity. The deity, her name is Nivi Rambodazzle.
Great.
Her symbol is a gem cut into the shape of a 6-sided die because her portfolio is her emphasis on gems, stealth, and gambling.
That's awesome. I love it.
Right. It's like, yes, that's right. The gnome deity is a gambler, and she has a hilarious name, Rambodazzle.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm looking up different deities, though. Looking at neutral good ones right now. Let's see here.
And you're not compelled to take a god that matches your alignment. Only clerics are really forced to do that.
Sure.
Yeah, I've been doing a ton of board games as of late. So I have a ton of them fresh in my head. Like the one big one is Money Wizard Magnagogue on Witch Mountain was the popular one, like a month ago.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like a very long, complicated title, but what it is it's a deck game where you get like a deck of cards and you have to construct a spell out of it. And with that spell, you attack the other wizards that are playing in the game. Your goal is to win 2 rounds of the game, which can divulge into very interesting strategies because there's a ton of cards and there's like a beginning, middle, and end phase to the spell. And sometimes you want to mix up like different like arcane magics or other times when you have all the same alignment to boost up the strength of the spell. It's very interesting, but there's a couple cards that kind of ruin it.
Oh my god, the chat room is just laggy as hell.
See
It's,
here.
Why
it's
just
basically useless. Like,
yeah, it's basically
Yeah, it is.
actually
It has
what
been.
I was thinking about doing with another streaming show with XSplit. You can go ahead and stream that out to any number of streaming sites as you can. I was thinking take advantage of that and just stick an IRC chat room, like just find a free server and just claim like a room in there, and say if you want to chat, go to this IRC, and I ignore every other one out there.
Yeah, but there can be problems with that, namely in terms of just keeping it under control and making sure that people don't get too, rowdy in there.
yeah, Blue Bomber. I don't think my strategy is to make everyone else blow their bankrolls in Age of Steam. It really is just, I think maybe it's just the fact that I was able to read the other players, and they all play very aggressively in that game. But yeah, I always, every round I would see people just bidding like crazy to get the engineer role, which lets you build 2 tracks, or whatever. Man, I can't even remember. There's like 2 roles that ever, the urbanization one, where they're like, I have to urbanize this city, I need more cubes there, and shit like that. And you really don't need to do that, and people seem to convince themselves they need to spend a ton of money, and they just don't. It's really just better to keep building track, and just keep building track and making
get
links.
strategy.
Yeah. Most likely, I'm looking at this one here. Travelers and Fortune would probably work well for him. That would be Desna. Be one that could work with him.
What about Crom?
Crom? I don't know if that's going to work for so much for him.
I would actually consider maybe like a god of craftsmen, because you probably come from a culture that, you're obviously a craftsman yourself.
It's searching through all the deities is a tedious process to get to this. But to craft a bullet to put into that guy's heart.
Yeah, passive is probably my Age of Steam strategy. It sounds silly, but I mean, it works out great.
Oh dear God!
Actually, I would consider my strategy to be the Roadhouse strategy.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, my tactic is be nice until it's time not to be nice.
And pain don't hurt.
And pain don't hurt. But no, well, that is a thing, because people make fun of me. They're like, you should have bid up more for that. You need that. And I'm like, no, I don't. Just you gotta be flexible. When your turn comes up, you gotta, if your shit's taken, just go somewhere else. And really, and in fact, it's almost an avoidance strategy. If you see 2 or 3 people going for the same thing, go the other way. Like.
That was what happened when the first time I played Game of Thrones. I managed to win the king's seat by bidding 1 when everyone else did nothing. Like, yeah, all right, I'll break ties.
I'm going to split from the chat. Is there anything I should know before tomorrow? Anything I should be aware of?
I don't think so. I'm going to explain the campaign setup, and we'll be fine.
All right, cool. I will talk to you guys tomorrow then.
Okay, don't
Have a
shave
good
your
night.
head or nothing.
Well, we made a bet, didn't we? I don't know about you, but I'm serious, so get ready to shave your head. I'm glad that amuses you, Sketch. And I'll talk to you guys later.
I'm going to make her shave her head.
What's the bet?
She keeps thinking she can beat me at Mortal Kombat, which is ridiculous. So, next time we encounter each other, we're going to play Mortal Kombat. Best 3 of 5, loser shaves their head.
Just to let you know, the 2 traits I picked for my character were Pioneer and Courageous.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because Pioneer makes getting that horse a lot cheaper. And also because it helps him with his handle animal check, which is good with his charisma of an 8.
Do you have a war horse or a riding horse?
It is a war horse.
Okay.
War trained with a military saddle on it.
wonder actually if there's any way to stream this on Google Plus, because I know Google Plus is a lot of shit that kind of ties into this, but I don't know.
You can. Well, I mean, you can take. You could take the screen. You could take the frame that is made inside of XSplit, and just use that as a basis, and just then stream that up into Google Plus potentially.
Sure.
There's ways that you can make it happen. Yeah. So I'd have to double check.
You would just use XSplit as your camera in Google Plus.
And then do a Hangout.
Yeah,
Yep.
you could do that. That'd be an interesting way to do it. It wouldn't be a way to record it, but it'd be a way to get it out there.
It would probably kill my bandwidth if I tried to do it to Twitch and Google Plus, though.
I mean, again, one of the things you can do is you can do it to Google Plus. I could side stream it, because then we can get at least a recording of it somewhere.
I think I'll keep it on Twitch.
Okay.
It's really just the only thing that annoys me really is the chat room, and not the people in the chat room, the useless of the software of the chat room.
Yeah, no, I agree. You could set up a hangout could be set up elsewhere or otherwise. So, but there we go.
How can it get worse? I don't know how that. I mean, Twitch TV's chat room used to be okay. It didn't used to be.
I think they changed it, and then they made like a competent chat client, but only for certain people. I don't know.
I think it's in beta right now, so they're only testing it out to like people that know what they're doing first before giving it to everybody.
I'm going to let's see here. I also modified my stats just a little bit. Mainly, I succumbed to taking out points from my strength and a little bit from my intelligence to get my wisdom up to 14 for Gustav. Mainly because looking at how grid operates, I'm like, it'll be hard for a lot of levels to have only one grit at maximum all the time. At least this gives me 2 grit I can have at maximum that I can use for various purposes.
And so what can you do with grit at first level?
With grit at first level, I got up close and deadly, which means if I'm within my first aiming increment, I can actually add a bonus 1d6 to the damage.
If you spend the grit.
If I spend the grit.
Okay. And do you have to do that before or after you roll the 2-hit roll?
I should spend the grit point before I make the attack roll.
Aha,
so.
Okay.
Then I also have quick clear, which means that I can repair a gun as a standard action from broken to regular, as long as the broken condition was caused by a misfire. Mm-hmm. As long as I have 1 grit point, I can do that. If I spend a grit point, I can do it as a move action. But I gain grit points back either when I kill an enemy with a gunshot, if I crit on a gunshot, or if I do the daring deed sort of thing. Do
you get them back when you rest? Like, do you get a full?
Yes, at the beginning of each day, I begin with my maximum number of grit points.
Okay. Because that would suck if you didn't.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's one of those things where it basically at times is like, well, and one of the things is that for me, I'm going to try to keep around 20 feet as whenever I can, just because getting that first range increment is a bitch with pistols. Because all of a sudden I go from
It's 20 feet?
Yeah, it's a 20 feet range increment for pistols and even for revolvers, but the revolvers fall off on their accuracy much slower than pistols do. Mm-hmm. Also with the revolvers, the nice thing is it takes a move action, even without rapid reload, to completely reload a revolver. It takes a standard action without rapid reload to reload a pistol.
What are you crying about, Oreo?
So it's a very different realm. The one thing also is that when I'm within 20 feet, my accuracy is I get a +6 bonus to the attack roll, and it's versus touch AC. If I go to 21 feet, or 25 feet rather, that becomes a +4 bonus only, and it's versus now AC.
Sarah says that my microphone is super quiet, but they can hear you just fine. Chat room, what do you think? If the chat room can ever respond. But I sound okay to you guys, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're a
bit low on the sound.
Okay.
Yeah. Still a lot of low. So yeah, that's one of those tricky things where if you can increase your input gain, I had this problem myself when I was messing around with it. You can up your mic on XSplit, but I don't think that solves the problem.
I've increased it a little bit. Chat room, what do you think?
Yeah.
What are you crying about, Oreo? Why are you sad?
Um,
Don't be sad. You can play too. You can be DM's assistant. Hang on, you got a booger in your eye.
Yeah, I mean, somebody was saying that they'd rather everyone else turn their mics down. I mean, it's tough to manage. I mean, for me, I actually have a preamp with independent mic gain on it, and I'm using an expensive microphone, so I have a little bit more gain control than most people will.
The change is barely. I'll turn it up to 100. I mean, this is now 100.
It sounds fine on our end. So
Yep.
Let's see here.
That's as loud as it gets without me screwing with it.
No, it's louder. It should be noticeable in there. It's just that leveling in XSplit is a little thing there.
Yeah. Yeah, XSplit has its own level that you have to adjust.
Yeah, and Skype likes to interfere things.
Yes. Skype
also,
is evil.
What you could do also is just lower the level of the speaker icon in XSplit, because that'll lower our level so that we're more relative to yours.
That's true.
That would be another way to at least mitigate it.
Yeah. Oreo is sad today for some reason. Chat room, cheer Oreo up.
Let's see here.
Why are you sad?
Let's see here. Rygathiel could be interesting because his profile is chivalry, chastity, duty, and vengeance. Okay.
See, everyone loves you, Oreos. Yay! Would you like a cookie? Oh, that got your attention. Come on, get down.
Oh.
Time for a cookie.
Oh, if you want to care for me to geek out a little bit, Penny Arcade's totally pinned out mouse guard, and I had a little fan moment there.
I still have my reservations about how combat actually is resolved in that, or how conflict is resolved in mouse guard for that matter. But just because I'm looking at because the only thing I look at it and like conceptually it looks like it makes sense, but the mechanics of it, the math of it, just looks like it's not correct. That's my.
It's more role-playing based than actual numbers based. But
I understand.
It's one of the things. Once you get into a good group, it can really click.
Sure. What I'm saying is, I'm looking at them like, you know what, this is great. They should just get rid of the math and just have it be role-played with very loose numbers as opposed to the more nuanced math that they have in there. Because if you want to, again, if I want to look at a system that has a lot of role-playing lateralness as well as math-heavy dice rolling when I wanted to, I'd say Ironclaw would be a better candidate for that. Just that the system that Jason Holgram or Norman Rafferty put together for that. But, have you ever played a game of it?
Have you ever read Mouse Guard the comic?
No.
Ooh. You cannot call furry on that. It is a badass comic.
It's anthropomorphic animals talking, and it's furry.
That outright kill things.
Sure. Anyways,
He gets just frustrated with me now.
Ironclaw is basically my second favorite system to play after 4th edition. And that's talking purely from a mechanical standpoint. It is that good for me, at least from a mechanical standpoint, though.
Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how.
What are you trying to do here?
There was a bunch of different ways you can measure distance. There's like a ruler here that I'm playing with.
Yeah, the rule.
As I recall, there's like a way to add like waypoints or something like that? I can't remember.
Hit spacebar.
Spacebar. Okay.
Yeah, and you can do that with movements as well. So I can take Gustav and say like I'm going to walk over here and down, then over here, and then
Yeah. Okay.
and that was just fantastic.
And I could put an arrow and point at things.
Again, but again, when it comes to that game, it helps that I'm actually playing the game with one of the creators of it. So it's like, hey, I get an interesting perspective from the designer.
I did that with I played with the creator of D20 Mafia, which was actually really cool. And I picked up the game, but the problem is I would only really want to play that game with that guy because he knows that setting inside and out, and he actually does a very good job of kind of making like the Sopranos RPG. He did a really great job. I'm not good enough with the setting that I'd be able to run a convincing game of it. You know. He was really good though. It was fun.
One second here. That's interesting. On my screen, the map alignment is different than it is on your screen. Interesting.
Like the grid doesn't line up?
Yeah, the grid doesn't line up on my end, but it does on yours.
But you're moving on my grid.
Yeah, I'm moving on your grid, but if you were to see my screen, my character is halfway between the grid points.
It's same here.
It's like the map alignment is off on mine, but I can tell that on the server side it isn't. It isn't off. It is completely spot on. So weird.
And I had to play with the grid setting some. I had to shrink the grid down and try to make it line up, and it kind of does.
Yeah, and I think it should be functional. It's just kind of weird how it's turning out like that. Also, notice the little health bar on top of my guy.
Yeah. People are gonna not. And you're the only one who's going to be using those for a while, I think, just because, I like them, but I don't think anyone else has used map tools to know how to configure macros and shit.
Yeah, again, the macros I've set up are just kind of cute just because they just frame it just like little cards, and it helps put context in roles. For me, especially with some of the rules educating, it just gets really frustrating if you don't have some of the explanations in the stuff.
Gustav has haste.
Interesting. Oh yeah, he has haste. Like,
no, Gustav.
No, he's helpless. No, that's not how good. And actually, what I can do is right-click on it and add a state. Like, I can add prone. Oh no, now he's prone, but he's still moving across the ground. And he's disabled.
What I don't like is it adds an icon, which I guess is good, but if you mouse over, it doesn't indicate what that condition is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I would like to try to play with, like, line of sight, except it's going to be too complicated. I would have to...
It is really complicated to do it. I mean, Fog of War is okay to use.
Yeah.
But, if you could have... Let's see here.
I'm going to do Fog of War, but, like, for instance, this room we're in, I would have to add vision blocking layers to each of these pillars.
Yes.
The wall,
it's really cool, but it's just tedious. I actually have to drop out of this call for a moment because I need to be on call with someone else while he's doing an interview. But we'll talk later on, and this should be exciting tomorrow. So.
Okay, see you.
All right. That's all good. I think it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, and I'm just playing with the vision blocking here. I want to try it out. Polygon.
Let's see. When is that? Ooh, I gotta finish it up this weekend. Yeah, what I get for being in the con circuit. I got like 3 to 4 conventions I might have to speak at. Let's see.
Yep, I know that went dark. Hang on.
It's alright.
Oh, why did it... Is there no light source? What is the fuck? Oh, it's fog of war. Hang on a second, I'll fix it.
Yeah.
I have to... It always starts with fog of war activated. Now, see, here's what's interesting about this. I don't know if you can see the stream or if it's visible on your map tools, but this actually can track line of sight for characters.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm seeing it perfectly.
Yeah, so like from Gustav's point of view, this is the stuff he can easily see. Everything else is cast in shadow, which is... There's also Fog of War, which is just stuff that's not been revealed yet, which is not... It's kind of the same thing but different. The downside is all of these objects that you can see, like the pillar here, the wall here, the various walls, you have to manually define those as objects that block line of sight. So I don't know if I'm going to do that for that many places. In fact, I may not do it for any of them just because it's a little distracting. Already you can see, like, it's a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of interesting how you get, like, if he's hiding behind this pillar, this is the only stuff he can see. What's key about this is it kind of unambiguously tells you what's behind cover and what isn't. So like if there's a guy here, you know, he would have majority cover, or if there was a guy here, he would have partial cover, or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Is very nice. Also, would end many an argument on if you actually try to do this in real life. Of no, that's totally not in the line of sight.
And actually, I don't know. It didn't take that long to define the objects. I mean, it was a few pillars. It took an extra minute, but
yeah,
it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah,
I don't know. I might play with it. It might be more trouble than it's worth. We'll see.
Also depends on the map itself. Oh, a bonus tip of the day for you. Have you heard of Tomahawk?
An RPG or a board game? No.
It's a open source software.
Oh, no.
Okay, Tomahawk, it's basically your generic, like, we're a music player, but it has one really nice feature. If I add you as a friend, and if you're online, I can listen to anything in your music collection, and you could do the same thing with me.
It sounds like a little like, not Twitch, Spotify.
It's, similar to Spotify, except unlike Spotify, the music doesn't go away after you playing it several times.
Okay, let me ask you something now. I'm just going to try something. Can anyone... I'm about to play some music. It's not going to be for very long. I just want to know if Gold Guy can hear it and if the chat room can hear it.
So much stuff.
I had to hear Jaden rapping. That was rough. Now it's time to take
I'm only listening to this instead called It's Very Faint.
Come on, guys, now it's time to blow doors down.
I hear you, Jaden, now it's time to blow doors down.
So make your move, cause I'm throwing a face
If I have
down.
mute the stream, I
Sure
can
you
hear
don't
it.
summon a gay clown. Now we got to take this sucker down. My hairy balls will make sure he won't take us down. Do do la 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 la.
No, this can't be happening, how do I take them down? Feature, oh paradox, no doubt about it, our game rocks.
As far as villains go in anime, I hate to tell you, you're just cliche. That's right, you messed with the wrong show. We're not just anyone, we're Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 We're
fucking lame. Okay, apparently the chat room can hear it, but Skype call can't. That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, if I unmute the stream, I could hear it without a problem.
Yeah, I was just playing with it. You probably should mute the stream anyway.
Actually,
well, you don't even need the stream.
Yeah.
You're seeing the game. Okay. Actually, I wonder. Can you import a character? You know how to do that? Do this. Go if you see something called the resource library.
Yep.
Kind of fire down through that, and let's see.
See players.
Go to tokens and just drag it onto the map. It should work.
Alright. Now explore chat. Oh, here we go. Resource library. Tokens. Boom.
I don't have any more cookies, Oreo. Okay, now I want... Oh, it does... Okay, so it does affect the line of sight. Oh, so if I select Gustav, it changes the line of sight, and if I go to the elf, that's his line of sight. Cool.
That's quite neat.
Okay. Oreo, you are being a little whiny doggy today.
Family dogs are the same way too. It's like whenever they need attention, I must pet them, or they have to go and sunbathe like every 5 minutes outside. Come in, drink like a bottle of water in their water bowl, then go back out to get some more tan. See, okay, chat room, we are actually starting at the very lonely number of 1. We're going to earn our levels.
Of course you're starting at level 1. What number would you start at?
Exactly.
Yeah, before we never even played with Fog of War. I should have, but honestly, most of the maps I did with before were hand-drawn on the spot, so... You probably saw a lot of my really shitty artwork.
I can't complain. I don't have the best artwork myself.
The chat room hasn't budged in like 10 minutes for me, so I can't see anything.
Yeah, Roses is doing a slight insult to you. The one thing I do like about Burning Wheel is the beginner's luck ability. Take a feat you have no ability in and add a die. If you manage to pull it off, not only do you instantly get the success for it, but you automatically go from level 0 to level 1 in that ability. And it's hard to talk about RPGs because I know more about the indie stuff, and everyone's like, "No, we don't want to talk about that." Oh my god! We're actually using map tools. Elbert Ick. Probably butchered your name, but oh well.
Well, I've pretty much confirmed everything I needed to do, that I can get map tools working and I can get the stream hearing what we're talking about. So, I'm going to call an end to this. I'll see you guys tomorrow at, 6 p.m. Central?
The 6 Central will be 7 for me.
Actually, I don't even know what time that is for me. It's probably 2 hours. I'm in Mountain, so it's probably 2 hours ahead, so probably 4 for me.
All right.
Well, I'll see you then, though.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah.